Hello everyone, and now welcome to a game between Chaemiko versus Lin Gao, Lin Gao versus in this matchup here on Tyrannus Stand. Here we see Chaemiko spawning as the red human player over here on the top left. His population count is in blue, but since he is going to be going up against an orc player, I won't switch the colors unless it is not going to be a blade master. Then I can go ahead and switch it up. Anyways, what's going on in this particular 1v1 matchup? Let's go ahead and dive right into this here. There's a barracks, altar of storms, burrow, all of this being placed down already. Meanwhile, looking off on the other side here, pretty much standard openings, no one going for any sort of delayed altar into a tavern hero. I've seen players try, and I think I've seen Todd actually go for an alchemist on this particular map and using a very aggressive creep pattern to get a high level alchemist and then just be able to try and roll with that there. Now, what's going to be going on in this matchup? It is going to be a Farseer. All right, so let me see if I can switch my colors. There we are. Farseer and maybe a Tauren Chieftain eventually as a second hero, going up against a Paladin first. All right, Paladin first. Interesting. Oh my OMG, the great. I missed you yesterday. Well, it was early in the morning, so I'm still back here. Thank you guys for tuning in. I might go back to my old. If I do get 25 viewers, I'll try and cast a third game. But I know I'm not able to consistently cast anywhere, and I know that a lot of you guys like watching on YouTube more, but I enjoy the interaction of Twitch. Sometimes if I'm particularly tired, being able to hear like bits coming in or anything like that revitalizes me and gives me a little bit more energy to keep on going. So subs, follows, things like that definitely give me a little bit more energy. So thank you to everyone on Twitch, and thank you to everyone who subscribed on YouTube as well. Alright, Renegade Wizard, gonna get easily taken down here. Slippers of Agility +3. I don't see a Forest Troll Shadow Priest, and that does come as a surprise to me. The Forest Troll Shadow Priest is such a powerful early game unit. You're able to heal, you're able to abolish magic, and just in case your opponent tries to do any sort of there he goes. Well, harassment with summon units, it almost becomes an absolute necessary item. Coming back on the other side here, Farseer picks up double healing salves, already using up a clarity potion, and gonna finish off this, well, apprentice wizard creep camp and grab that cloak of shadows. Healing salve on the grunt and on that Farseer as we're taking a look at the units now make their way out. All right. It's strange how I say if I can get up to 25 viewers, I will cast a third game, and it drops down from 17 ultimately to 13. So, don't know what that says about me. But then again, I know I am more than just a number on the internet. If you, if you define yourself by the number of followers, or number of subs, or number of likes, from the internet, I don't want to. There's more to that. Yes, that is important. I understand that actually translates into revenue for a good amount of people, but you got to know that there's more than that. All right, Devotion Aura level 2, gonna go up for 3.5 armor. And what this allows us to do is that the Paladin, normally you would want, oh, thank you for the bits. Normally you would want a bigger hit point heal, but because of the type of units that you have right now, the units don't really have that much more than 400 hit points, especially that Forest Troll Shadow Priest. So if you're able to mitigate more of the damage in general, then that actually works out just as well. Farseer now trying to dive on in here, getting in some damage onto this town hall, and we may force a cancellation. Meanwhile, the Forest Troll Shadow Priest, there goes a resummon, and there goes a break here as the Farseer now stuck and currently unable to do, currently just shadow melding here. This is actually a big problem indeed, because grunts are actually going to get surrounded here. All right, are we going to get more damage onto that Farseer? No, the peasants didn't actually get a full surround, and because there wasn't a full surround, the Farseer was able to get away. Yeah, Leisure, thank you for the bits. That does definitely help. Let's see what's going to end up happening down on the other side here. Using that Cloak of Shadows very effectively as the Paladin, perhaps, oh, knowing exactly where that Farseer was. Oh, a 4-unit invisible surround. Are we gonna perhaps see the panda come back over and say, "Sure, I'm just gonna come back over here and I'm gonna start using Breath of Fire on all of your units that are standing nicely clumped together." There you go. There's that damage once more, beautifully done by Lin Guagua, knowing where that Farseer was and being able to get a 4-unit surround on an invisible unit. Damage still getting added in. That Force Troll Shadow Priest needs to get healed back up. Panda gonna come back the other side, perhaps try to get a Breath of Fire and hitting all those units, but the Arcane Tower is already up as well. Arcane Tower getting feedback damage. There goes a grunt now as the Force Troll Shadow Priest able to get that killing blow. Force Troll Shadow Priest trying to hide in the back as the Paladin now makes its way back over. That Paladin somehow has a lot of mana. And the reason why is that the Paladin hasn't had that many opportunities to heal a lot of those units. Militia now trying to make their way back as well as we're looking at a Scroll of Speed being used. All right, having devotion or getting all of that additional armor across multiple units, very important here. Are we going to see a holy light onto that Force Troll Shadow Priest? Yes, there's a bit of overheal every single time, but at this point and stage in the game, it is just icing on the cake as all of that damage is erased in an instant. And I've said this before in my armor videos, the higher your armor, the more armor you have, the more effective healing becomes. And instead of dealing the full 34 damage, it is reduced by 21%. So instead of 34 damage, you're dealing what, 7 damage less. So you're dealing 28 damage. And then at 28 damage, all of a sudden, Holy Light becomes that much more effective as well, since the Holy Light still heals that full 200. All right, there's another Holy Light right there. Panda is stuck between trees as we're going to be looking at a Scroll of Town Portal finally being used, down to 12 hit points. But the Farseer gets lost as well. All right, perhaps delaying a bit too long, the Farseer ends up running into trouble as the level 1 Panda is saved, but not the level 2 Farseer. Coming through, Paladin picking up some items, selling some items as well, has a Wand of Illusion. Is he going to sell that, or as he finishes off these remaining units here? Meanwhile, let's take a look at the tech. We are still at Town Hall on both, but we're going into Wind Riders. This was the secret tech that Lin Guagua was going for, knowing that his opponent did not go for water elementals. We're going to take a look here. A bit of big damage. Force Troll Shadow Priest is going to get healed in time. Yes, it does, as the units are now looking to get away. Double Force Troll Berserkers, though, dealing major damage, allowing them to heal. Wind Riders do come out significantly earlier than any other ground attacking air unit, but they only have 570 hit points, making them extremely vulnerable to any sort of anti-air, any sort of ground piercing damage. Even the Force Troll Shadow Priest and the Force Troll, and especially the Force Troll Berserkers, can deal a lot of damage. All right, going up on 2 bases, and the reason why Chaemiko, it doesn't really feel like he is behind on tech, is because he is using his extra gold to hire up mercenaries from that mercenary camp. Wind Rider is going to make their way back over, perhaps going to try and get a little bit of damage. Is he going to be able to shut down that blacksmith? No, it is not so far, as the Wind Riders and their air superiority is allowing them to just rotate into better positions, while the Force Troll Berserkers and all the Force Trolls have to walk around in order to get to the Wind Riders, who just walk this short distance here. So using his opponent's own base design against him. As the Panda sits at level 2, healing up more units, we're looking at Masonry upgrade to try and fortify these Arcane Towers a bit more. No Guard Tower that I see, and the Blacksmith is now done. We do see a Scroll of Healing being left behind, double Clarity Potion being used to try to get that Paladin back up to 300 mana, as the Wind Riders are still finding a way to cause problems, but that 400 hit point heal now from the Paladin also causing bits of issues. All right, where is everyone going? You're going to try to dive on in. The Forest Troll Berserkers dancing back and forth. Meanwhile, the Panda sitting at level 2 and the Farseer sitting at level 2 could get to level 3. Farseer has plus 12 attack as well. That could be extremely important as the Wind Riders now perhaps rotating to a different target. Double guard tower in position. That is going to make it difficult for those Wind Riders to do anything, but it is keeping the entire human army at bay as we're looking at, well, slow getting cast across one raider. There goes an ensnare onto that paladin. Are they going to see us perhaps a surround here? There you go. There's an illusion. There goes another ensnare. The real paladin quickly revealed as a Wind Rider, able to back away in time. Paladin is going to see a Scroll of Town Portal. No, Scroll of Healing used, followed by the Scroll of Town Portal, pushing pressure back the other side. It didn't look like Divine Shield was ever picked up. And at this stage, is the Paladin going to go for Devotion or a first? Or a Devotion or a level 3? That is the question. I've seen this strategy eventually transitioned into air units. Now, what this allows you, well, there's a keep, but instead of looking at Dragonhawk Riders, we're actually going into a workshop, so we might actually be going for flying machines. Air units work very well against Orc if you have a high amount of armor, which that is what the Paladin is trying to do. Normally, Troll Bat Riders are used to suicide and be able to focus down expensive air units such as Dragonhawk Riders and Griffins. If those air units have a large amount of armor, say from the armor upgrades and from Devotion Aura, all of a sudden those Troll Bat Riders are no longer trading efficiently. Even if, especially if you add in a Scroll of Protection as well, units are now going to be making their way back out. Blood Mage sitting at level 1, siphon mana to perhaps try and shut down, as we're going to see a bit of an engagement go down. Troll Bat, oh, there goes a Wind Rider. It looks like we saw level 3 on the Panda. No, units are still trying to back away. More damage coming through as we are looking at critical strikes from those, well, Spirit Wolves. Spirit Wolves critical strike dealing big damage indeed onto these Forest Troll Berserkers, but a Holy Light able to save it again. More units are now trying to dive on in. Blood Mage is upside down on mana. Gonna go ahead and try and Holy Light and save some other units again, as the Panda uses the Book of the Dead and is all of a sudden going to be able to start swarming his opponent. Book of the Dead units need to go ahead and engage. Farseer is in position, getting in big damage. More siphon mana coming across. Panda was trying to, well, use a Breath of Fire, but unable to do so, as that, well, Paladin saving that Blood Mage at least for a little while longer. There goes another Wind Rider. Flying machines are chasing after those Wind Riders there, and, well, all of a sudden this entire Wind Rider army, that glass cannon army, gonna get shot down out of the sky. 1 or 2 more shots, there it goes. Paladin sitting at level 5 still has Scroll of the Beast, and this is gonna be a big deal indeed, as if it tries to use the Scroll of the Beast to try and fight back these remaining units. Paladin has a good amount of healing still left to go. And did it have, yeah, level 3 Devotion Aura. Its armor is at 11, 40% damage reduction, as we're going to look lose a Forest Troll Shadow Priest there. Alright, simply too many flying machines now, not enough air units to attack, so all of these units are unable to do anything. We are going to, however, see the Paladin use a Scroll of Town Portal in order to get away. Rifleman able to fight back, but the Farseer also gets to level 4. The Scroll of Town Portal takes him back to the expansion instead, as the Paladin now makes its way back out. Metaphysics, how are you doing? As we're looking at the Farseer sitting at level 4 and that Panda sitting at level 3. Rifleman gonna go ahead and join in on the fight. Paladin looking to back up, siphon mana away from the Panda. Panda not gonna be able to use Breath of Fire in time, as the Paladin is in trouble, down to 251 hit points, but does have some survivability items. Finally going into low upkeep. Chaemiko chasing after with those Riflemen, and some big damage indeed. Right, Forest Troll Berserkers actually do they attack average? Okay, so the Rifleman attacked faster than Forest Troll Berserker, but the Forest Troll Berserker has a little bit more armor, and does a little bit more damage. Could you be better than... could be better. Thanks for asking. Hope you and your family are okay. Yeah, everyone is seems to be doing fire. We're going to see a couple of snares here. Yep, free experience falling from the sky. Oh, how it is just provided at times, as we're looking at these flying machines. Gonna perhaps give level 4 to the Panda. That's the last thing you want to see, that you accidentally fly a bunch of units over your opponent and then see that it ends up giving a hero level to your opponent there. coming through. Raiders, Raiders, Spirit Wolves now making their transition back over. The double bestiary in the middle of the map, still not scouted, I believe, as we are looking at an expansion coming in from Lin Guagua as well. All right, we're going to try and engage. Oh, there goes that Raider there. Breath of Fire finally being brought down as we see a banish onto the Panda. Scroll of Speed allowing that Panda to still run away very, very effectively. Normally banish, completely slows down your movement speed, and it does, but Scroll of Speed caps you out on your movement speed regardless of any debuff that you may have on you. All right, Panda gonna try and get away here, going after the blacksmith. Nope, double banish onto a couple of raiders to deny any sort of escape. Chain lightning bouncing around, finishing off a peasant or two as the units are now looking to run back again. Paladin is at 5. Blood Mage is at 2. Gaga with some weird moves, buildings in the middle of the map. Yeah, but it made for faster movement into all of this harassment here. We're still looking at perhaps the Farseer. The Farseer is sitting at level 4. If we can get to level 5 on the Brewmaster and the Panda, well, all of a sudden the Riflemen really start to fall off. Each of those Spirit Wolves end up being able to be invisible until they're right next to the Riflemen. And if they hit with a critical strike right out of the gate, the medium armor and ends up having them take double damage, and then, well, double the double, and all of a sudden you're looking at easily like 70 damage all of a sudden, which is crazy amounts of damage just appearing out of nowhere from one summoned unit. Coming back the other way, well, Troll Witch Doctor, is it placing wards down? It probably did place a ward. I just can't see it because I'm not in observer mode. I'm not in the non-existent observer mode. All right, Farseer now looking to pull back again. Panda finally getting a little bit of mana. Meanwhile, we're looking at 2-1 upgrades on those Riflemen. Riflemen going to be getting 2-2 upgrades here in just a moment. Nope, now going for 2-3? No, 2-1 upgrades. Now going for 2-2 upgrades, as we're also looking at Castle as well. One Witch Doctor slowly dealing damage to that workshop. Not quite sure what's going on there. Meanwhile, Blood Mage wants to get to level 3. Raiders are going to perhaps try and come around the other side and get some ensnares. And this is a beautiful move by Lin Guagua if he can actually catch his opponent off guard. Meanwhile, the Spirit Wolves are going to try and dive on in, going after some of those units, but instead just giving free experience again. Panda does hero damage, though. It doesn't do bonus to me. No, I'm talking about the Spirit Wolves dealing bonus damage to medium. The Farseer getting to level 5 would then upgrade the Spirit Wolves. Spirit Wolves become invisible when they're not attacking, thereby allowing them to get right next to our Riflemen and dealing bonus damage to them. Panda going to make its way back over. There's that Breath of Fire trying to remove some of that mana as well. It looks like there was there a Drunken Haze cast, or was there Drunken Brawler on that Brewmaster? Grunt coming back the other way. Farseer sells some items. They're going to try and dive on in here, perhaps get some damage onto this workshop. There's an ensnare. There is that Watcher Ward that I expected to be there. Panda losing pretty much all of its mana. Workshop going to get taken down. Farseer, what is it going to really try and do there? It takes this down, but that is just a small victory. Doesn't really do much since there is no more Wind Riders being trained. Losing that one particular workshop doesn't really set back his opponent. Still, Raiders still moving around. And we still don't see that much healing salve coming into play. If Lin Guagua keeps on attacking with all of these Raiders and not healing them back up to full, that's really going to set him back significantly. Also, you can see that there is some easy creeps to really creep inside his neck of the woods. I think this would be a perfect opportunity. He's been trying to place down so much pressure for so long that he doesn't really have to do that anymore. The issue is we are looking at we are looking at Lin Guagua. He's sitting at 57 over 70 supply, but he does have double Tauren totems. He should be going for Taurens eventually, but he might want this third base momentarily too. We are looking at Troll Bat Riders. Perhaps Liquid Fire could be researched in order to take down buildings, and while they are burning, they cannot be repaired. So we may see some weird strategies here as we are looking at, well, a tiny Great Hall being set up to set up that third base. Now, Griffins are out onto the field. We expected this, and we did in fact expect this. The additional armor provided by that Paladin, 5 armor, granting the Griffins now 9 armor, fortified armor upgrades on that burrow, making it difficult to take out. But the Raiders are now here, and they're going to try and pick off some units. Farseer is nearby as well. Where are the Troll Bat Riders? They are trying to be flanked and positioned in such a way so that they are able to maximize their splash damage. Riflemen constantly getting ensnared here, and the shared armor upgrades important. There's that Breath of Fire coming across multiple units as the Panda now trying to back up. Troll Bat Riders, are they going to make their way over? No, they are not. As we're taking a look, the burrow, just leaving one peasant in that burrow could really do a good amount of damage here as we see massive repairs. There's another Breath of Fire. There's a Stormbolt onto the Brewmaster. Chain Lightning coming back across the other side as the Troll Bat Riders. Can you use a Scroll of Speed on the Troll Bat Riders to just maximize their dive-in-ness? I believe you can. Peasants getting absolutely destroyed here as this expansion going to get taken down. Level 5 on the Paladin, and we do see double Tauren totems, but it is no longer a good idea to try and go for Tauren, as you know your opponent does have 0-3 upgraded Griffin Riders. Blood Mage going to go ahead and teleport back to the side here. There's Liquid Fire. Are we going to see Troll Bat Riders trying to suicide in? And there you go, a whole bunch of suiciding onto those units. But what really happened? Well, death of the Town Hall. It was unable to be repaired. 51 supply compared to 67. And when you're trading expansions, if you're trading expansions when you're up an expansion, that is always a good play too. All right, finally getting up some healing salves, going back home, healing up all of these Raider units. 53 supply, a couple of peons off to the side here. Troll Bat Riders going to perhaps try and go after those units. Are going to see a Holy Light? Yes, able to take down some more units. There's a Holy Light trying to save, though, as the Bestiaries in the middle of the map. Well, those are actually important. Spirit Wolves, 21 to 22 damage. They're able to critical strike up to 44. And then after that, the bonus damage on the Riflemen, dealing up to 88 damage, but then 40% damage reduction. So that's a lot of math for me. So that's 16 damage left. What, 88, 8, 16, what, 60, 64 damage? That's still quite a bit, even with large amounts of armor. And look, the buildings look like they're still there on the minimap. Looks like some Brood War game. 2 gateways in the middle. Yeah, a proxy gateway in the middle of the map, trying to put pressure right there. All right, Voodoo Lounge going to go ahead and get taken down here. Meanwhile, Raiders are going to go ahead and dive on in here. We're going to see a quick Town Hall, Liquid Fire causing problems as the units are now trying to retreat Stormbolt onto a retreating Raider as it is going to get taken down. Chaemiko is still doing... Chaemiko is still starting to, still holding that advantage here. 72 supply compared to 42, but he needs to hold on to this expansion right now, and he's not mining from it. The good thing for the bad thing for him is that, or the good thing for Lin Guagua is that he's actually still in no upkeep, so he has a very strong economy right now at 30 gold a second. Actually, no, 20 gold a second, as the main bases are mined out. All right, Troll Bat Riders now making their way back over. Griffins trying to make their way. Arcane Tower going to go ahead and get in position again. This is just a strange battle indeed, as more mining needs to get underway here in just a moment. Additional watchtowers will get added in. And we're looking at a level 5 Panda, level 5 Farseer, a very nasty Breath of Fire, Chain Lightning could really eat apart many of those Riflemen in the back line. The double Tauren totems being constructed, but not having or not training any Spirit Walkers or Tauren, does come is perhaps a misjudgment by Chaemiko, or perhaps he understands that he cannot get Torin while there are still 5 riflemen. Back down to the south here, watchtower, burrow, fortified armor here, ready to go again. We're going to look for an engagement. There's a breath of fire. We're going to see a scroll of healing to try and counteract that. No, we're not. We do have animal war training as well, upping the amount of hit points on those griffins up to 975. Invisible, the shadow wolves now making their way and down across here. Are they going to be able to perhaps finish off a unit or two? Well, still looking, sitting at 50 over 73, and this is a calculated attack by Lin Guagua. Lin Guagua knows that he cannot win in a straight up war. He needs to allow his economic advantage and then start to build up a very large amount to take the victory. Remember earlier, Chaemiko had over 1,000 or 1,600 gold in position. Chain Lightning now coming across. Panda now going to try to head back the other way. There's another breath of fire. Siphon mana. The Raiders actually getting in front of the Panda, causing him to lose more and more mana. All right, this could be bad news there. There's an ensnare coming back the other way, chipping away at his opponent's supply advantage here, and that gold, which is just absolutely so precious. Sitting at 50 gold here. Yes, there's got to be a large amount of gold that all of a sudden he's going to be able to break into low upkeep, around 70 supply, once he gets the right production buildings. He's going for triple bestiary, so he should be able to start training up those units. And the faster movement speed of the troll bat riders is really causing issues. All right, there is so many guard towers here, though. Breath of fire coming across, melting away some of those precious hit points. And this is just a slow battle of attrition, fighting where your opponent is not, and dealing terrible damage as well. Troll Bat Riders are 2-2 upgraded. We are looking at, well, let's take a look at this. This gold mine still has plenty of gold mine left. This gold mine is about out. It only has 5 minutes of mining, or yeah, about a little bit less than 5 minutes of mining. And once this gold mine is gone, well, it is going to be 2 bases to 0. We're now finally getting 56 supply. What is he training? Triple Troll Bat Riders. Nothing in the Tauren totems, though. But there is, well, doubly queued, so we are going to be able to get to 62 supply pretty quickly. All right, liquid fire coming across here. Are we going to go after those guard towers? Yes, guard towers do give experience. That is important, as the units are now trying to, well, re-establish up bases off on the other side of the map. All right, Raiders, let's take a look. Are we going to see a Scroll of Town Portal? No, we have Scroll of Speed. Troll Bat Riders trying to get away. There's the Chain Lightning. Oh, going through and eating through many of those units. Troll Bat Riders are dying left and right, and this Troll Bat Rider might find his, a 400 hit point heal plus armor plus natural healing, saving that Griffin right there. All right. So far, 2 Griffins overhead trying to protect this expansion location. Troll Bat Riders could make their way. Oh, no, you do not want to be flying straight over all of these guard towers. That negative Ghost Rider, that pattern is full. As we're looking at those Griffins now making their way back over here. Chain Lightning going after one. Oh, another Griffin Rider staying alive at 19 hit points. Armor making the big difference there. 65 supply compared to 51. And we're still having a beautiful banish onto a peasant. The Spirit Wolves, as you know, are currently invisible. They are not getting revealed at all, and that is the problem, trying to deal with an invisible threat that can just surprise damage out of a time. Yeah, and literally Lin Guagua is just finding chinks, or like the chink in the armor of this human army right now, as a lot of scout towers are now getting thrown up. Okay. More mining still getting underway. Farseer sitting at 67 supply now compared to 73. It's starting to show the other way. Lin Guagua is starting to establish an army presence on the field. We are going into Spirit Walkers and now following it up with Tauren as well. There's only 3 Griffins left in the air, opening up the way for Taurens with Pulverize. Watchtowers are down as well. The Griffins do not want to try and fly over here, and this may be, we may have already reached the tipping point, as we are getting up to 83 supply for the Orc army. He is still mining away right now, though. So he is taking heavy taxes in order to do this. Should he really be? Well, yep. I'm losing a troll bat rider or two, or losing 3 peons at this stage would actually give him even more gold per second if those peons were not alive. Coming back on the other side, yeah, that peon not doing anything except for making him pay higher taxes, as the Farseer, Spirit Wolf, Panda, and we are 30 minutes into this game. Both the Farseer and the Panda are still not yet at level 6. Paladin, Blood Mage, Mountain King is at 532, and we're looking at finally this expansion getting up and running. 1 minute of mining left, and that is it. Are there demolishers? Oh, yep, 1 demolisher in the backfield. 2 Tauren for that front line. Raiders are going to be a little slow. The Bat Riders are going to try and dive on in quickly, but the Riflemen are going to be there to offer plenty of support. Peasants now making their way over. This may be the last stand, so to speak, but that 1 Demolisher in the back gonna force an engagement. As you cannot allow that Demolisher just to do so much work onto these towers and slowly chip away. All right, Raiders gonna get an ensnare onto that Mountain King. There you are. Damage getting added in. Breath of Fire coming across. Troll Bat Riders coming across the other side. There you can see all of them diving on in. Scroll of Protection is being used, and they are just trying to fly away over there. Are they going to be able to dive on in? There you see them just going after unit, and all the Griffins pretty much are lost. There it goes. No upkeep now, as all of the Griffins are lost. Scroll of Healing being used. Tauren with Spirit Link, Demolisher, but they dove in a bit too far. 62 supply compared to 49, but there is a massive number of towers. Panda sitting at level 6 without mana. Perhaps level 3 Drunken Brawler being used and getting in that critical strike. We are now looking at the Paladin sitting at level 6. Does it have Resurrection? Resurrection may actually become the winning ability in this game, as Riflemen and all of these other units are going to get lost. He could be able to call them back. Spirit Walkers do not have the mastery training. And is a game going to come down to Resurrection? Oh no, they do have the mastery training. Taurens are getting resurrected. Riflemen getting lost left and right, down to 43 supply. Damage getting added back up. Guard towers trying to finish off multiple units. Paladin still running around in circles. Is it going to be able to finish off anything right here? Are we going to see a Holy Light there? No, we are not. The Paladin, where is that? Oh, gonna Holy Light there, as the Taurens are coming back up. And this is a game where if you get knocked down again, you may just get back up without a problem, as we're going to see a mass number of units come back in. All right, there you go. Paladin is alive. We are going to looking at trying to stay alive there. Are we going to siphon mana and give it back to, give that health back to that? Yes, we are. Riflemen are trying to shoot back the other side, as the Panda is in trouble. Resurrection being the big problem, as the Panda falls at level 6. All right, Blood Mage is in trouble. Siphon mana, giving it back to the Paladin. Paladin going to say, all right, there's the gift back for you, as the level 6 Resurrection, a big ability right here. Units trying to run back. Mountain King back out onto the field, as you see another Tauren get back up, and multiple Tauren get back up. This is the game of Resurrection, and Mountain King, is he going to be able to Stormbolt anything? No, that Farseer is still too high on life. Griffins are back out onto the field, getting a new round of Griffins. Incredibly important, as the Paladin now needs to get away. Blood Mage trying to chase after this unit right here. There goes the ensnare. Paladin may end up falling, and what is going to end up happening? There's so much damage. Paladin has 12 armor, but he has nowhere to run. Staff of Sanctuary from the Blood Mage, as the Blood Mage keeps him alive. All right, is the Blood Mage going to be able to banish himself? No, unable to banish himself, as the Mountain King trying to finish off some of these remaining units. All right, Mountain King trying to dip away down to 60 or 70 mana. Gonna go ahead and dive back again. There goes some more Taurens, though, as you can see the Griffins going after the Spirit Walkers. All of this gold turned it out into a crazy battle in the very end, as you're looking at the Spirit Walkers now falling. All right, Chaemiko sitting at 34 compared to Lin Guagua's 43. Chaemiko has a small army, as well as the Farseer unable to chase after this. Goblin Shredder could have joined in on this. And what was that battle? Battle for the ages right there. Getting knocked down, but getting up again. You ain't never gonna keep us down. As you see Earthquake now being used to take down this expansion. No, Burrow Rush, you gotta thank Metaphysics. He's the one who helps choose my replays. All right. Paladin is now back out onto the field. Griffin is here. Are we going to perhaps see a Stormbolt onto a Raider or any of these other units? That is the big deal. Oh, Town Hall down to 20. Oh, repairs. We're in time. And now you see the repairs are in time right there. Stormbolt coming across here. Peasants trying to repair this Town Hall. Looks like it is going to get taken down as the units are able to slip away again. Mountain King is going to be able to get off a Stormbolt. No, it will not. Raider escapes at 131 hit points using Earthquake from the Farseer to finish off the last expansion. All right, Chain Lightning bouncing around. Panda, once it's back out onto the field, Breath of Fire going to blow through a lot of damage again, as that Panda now has a Potion of Mana, should be able to use Earthstorm and Fire pretty regularly, as it is just heroes against other units. All right, Griffins. Oh, there's Dust of Appearance trying to finish off some of those Feral Spirit Wolves. There is a Stormbolt onto the Panda. Panda if it just uses Earthstorm and Fire, should have no problem whatsoever. Gonna go after that Mountain King, and that is gonna be the game. Chaemiko has left. Lin Guagua takes it. Lin Guagua with an amazing gameplay right there, knowing when exactly to start training up Tauren, resurrecting Tauren throughout that battle, only to see the Paladin then come back and resurrect all of the Riflemen and Troll Berserkers. But the amount of mana on those Spirit Walkers just absolutely dumbfounded me, how the Tauren were able to just keep on coming back over and over again. All right. Great game there. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, I don't know. I believe that would be a recommended game. Stay till the end. That final battle was absolutely great.